Thank you, thank you, thank you. You bless my life in so many ways. I will never ever leave you out. I won't be ungrateful to you, my Lord. I know that this world is all in your hands. We are your children, and so we give you praise. Oh, Father, you know I love you. You touch my heart, my soul with your mercy. I thank you, my thank you, thank you, thank you. You bless my life in so many ways.
Ooh, oh, now. Oh, ooh, oh, now. I heard him say, Mama, take this badge off of me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. I feel I'm a knocking on heaven's door. And right now, I'm knocking on a heaven's door, boy. Knocking on a heaven's door. Knocking on a heaven's door, boy. Knocking on a heaven's door. I said I gotta put my guns to the ground, yeah. I can't shoot them anymore. You see the long black cloud is coming down. I feel I'm a knocking on heaven's door. It's right now, knocking on a heaven's door, boy. I'm knocking on a heaven's door. I'm knocking on a heaven's door, boy. I'm knocking on a heaven's door.
11 minutes after 8 o'clock. I want to say good evening to you. Good evening. Standing by. Standing by for the Chris Whilby Show. We're off to a little bit of a late start. But it's better to be late than never, right? It is better to be late than never. So we're here.
On a heaven's door.
Standing by.
I'm knocking on a heaven's door. I'm knocking on a heaven's door, boy. I'm knocking on a heaven's door. Will somebody take this gun off of me now? I can't shoot them anymore. When the long black cloud is coming down.
Yes, boss, yes, boss, yes, boss. Police in helicopter, a search for marijuana. Policemen in the streets, searching for cali weed. Soldiers in the field, burning the cali weed. But if you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane fields. If you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane fields. Soldier in the herb field, burning the cali weed. Police in helicopter, a search for marijuana. Policemen in the streets, searching for cali weed. But if you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane field. If you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane fields. Police in helicopter, a search for marijuana. Policemen in the streets, searching for cali weed. Policemen in the field, burning the cali weed. But if you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane fields. If you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane fields. We don't trouble your banana, we don't trouble your corn, we don't trouble your pimento, we don't trouble you at all. So if you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane fields. If you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane fields. If you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane fields. If you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane fields. Ooh. Police in helicopter, a search for marijuana. Policemen in the streets, searching for cali weed. Policemen in the fields, oh yo, burning the cali weed. But if you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane fields. If you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane fields. Oh. Red, red wine goes to my head, makes me forget that I still need her so. Red, red wine, it's up to you.
All right, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening to you. How are you doing this evening? Another Thursday. And if it is another Thursday, it's another edition of the Chris Whilby Show. Chris Whilby Show, where information meets music. Gonna be here with you until 10 o'clock tonight, hanging around. Playing some music for you. the meantime, giving you some information. What's everybody doing this evening? I want to say welcome to you right across the globe. All my YouTubers, I want to say good evening to you. Those of you tuning in on the radio, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com, I want to say good evening to you. Those of you in TuneIn Radio, I want to say good evening to you also. What are we gonna be doing there tonight? What are we gonna be doing tonight? Yes, we have issues affecting relationship coming your way at 8:45 or roundabout. So as you log on, I'm gonna ask you to just tell a friend or share the link. Those of you listening in on YouTube or watching on YouTube, share the link. Invite some friends to come on in, alright? 20 minutes after 8 o'clock.
You're kind of loving like a blessing from above. Red, wine, I love you right from the start.
Starting off the program with some reggae music.
Red, wine in the 80s.
Sweet reggae.
Wine in a modern beat style, yeah.
So even though we start out the show with some reggae, you never know what you're gonna get later on down the line, eh? You may just end up with some calypso. I tell you. You may just end up with some calypso. Somewhere down the line. Love you till I die, and that's no lie. Red wine can get you on my mind. Wherever you may be, I'll surely find. Make no fuss, just all kinds of news are coming out of the globe this evening. You know, the passing of the Queen and such. Yeah? That's how it goes, you know? It's just a cycle of life, that's true. Yeah, man, nobody ain't come ever stay. People come and people go. And so, yeah. Yeah, so I want to say good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody tuning in from across the globe. We know that's a worldwide thing, you know. And I like to big up everybody because if you don't watch it live, you're going to catch it on the rebound. That's true. Yeah, if you don't watch it live, you're going to catch it on the rebound. So whatever time that you are watching this or listening in back to this one, here, big up yourself, all right? Big up yourself. This one here is coming to you from the one and only. The one and only. Mr. Minnie Rivers. Oh boy. Another one from UB40. It's the Chris Whilby Show on a Thursday. Let's get this thing going. I've got many, many rivers to cross. I've got many rivers to cross. Don't we all? Don't we all have many rivers to cross? And sometimes we just can't seem to find our way over. Giving a big shout out to all of the Caribbean Vibes radio listeners. Those of you tuning in from over there in Jamaica, I want to say good evening to you. Those of you tuning in on Caribbean Vibes or radio.com. Let me run on over to the radio and let me see what's going on over there. Let me see if I can pull up some numbers here. See who is on right now. Who is on right now? Good evening to you. Good evening. How are y'all doing this evening? How's it going in your neck of the woods? Right now it is 66 degrees. So we are at that point in time where we are getting down into the 60s again. Yeah, 66 degrees right now. Woke up this morning to 60s, went out, and it was a little bit on the chilly side. So that reminds me that yes, Chris, you gotta get out your get out your winter gears. At least your fall gears got to come out. No, yeah, short sleeve got to go in another couple of weeks. We only have about 2 more weeks of short sleeves, and then you gotta get out the light jacket. So yeah, that's what we're into right now. It's 66 degrees Fahrenheit, and this morning was a little bit funky in my area because I was going to work and it was starting to drizzle a little bit, and there was no, when we checked the forecast, there was no rain. It wasn't supposed to rain at all in the forecast. But when we got on the job and we were wondering if we were supposed to go back home or what we were supposed to do, because we work outside, we're tough guys, so we work outside. Yeah, so we were wondering if we were supposed to go back home or what we were supposed to. But we hung out for a little bit, and then it literally passed. Hung out for about a half an hour, and the drizzle stopped, and we were able to work for a full day. But this time of year is normally the time when these things happen. You show up to work and it's almost like it's raining, but it's not really raining. Sometimes it's just the fog, the heavy fog, and the dew from the fog make it feel as if it's raining. So it's a very, very tricky time of year this time for those of us who have to work outside for a living. So yeah, it is one of those things. But yes, I am here, and I'm looking forward to spending some time with you this evening. So if you are just logging on, I'm gonna invite you to bring a friend with you and come hang out with me, man. It's the Chris Whilby Show on Caribbean Vibes Radio. Giving you some UB40, Another one here from UB40. Another remix, yeah?
love and hate can never be friends. Oh no.
These beats are hot. Hot, 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 hot. In the mix with the baddest station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music.
Surely goodness and mercy shall follow I all the days of our life. Envy no one, no wish to be with no evil man. For then comes the day when you'll be grieved by the Father's
Dennis Emmanuel Brown, the Crown Prince of Reggae. 8:33 and counting.
yeah. Leave a past the children. Yeah. My head is anointed and my cup runneth over. Yeah. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow I all the days of our life. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's see, good evening to you, Sister Pat. How are you doing this evening? Sister Grace, good to see you. How's it going in your neck of the woods?
Alright. Here I come with love and not hatred. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow I all the days of our life. Envy no one, no wish to be with no evil man. For then come the day when you'll be grieved by the Father's hand. Live a good children. Oh yeah. Live a good children. Oh yeah. Forgive up, forgive up. Yeah, oh boy, oh, my head is anointed and my cup runneth over. Yeah. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow I all the days of our life. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright. Here I come with love and not hatred. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow I all the days of our life. Envy no one, no wish to be with no evil man. For then come the day when you'll be grieved by the Father's hand. Live a good children. Oh yeah. Live a blessed children. Yeah. My head is anointed and my cup runneth over. Yeah. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow I all the days of our life.
Yes. That was the Crown Prince of Reggae, Dennis Emmanuel Brown. Yeah. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here, and it's a Chris Whilby show, and you know how it is on a Thursday. It's information, meeting, music, and so we're just playing some music right now. It is 8:37. At 8:45, we have issues affecting relationship, where I'm gonna You know, we always have something interesting at 8:45 on a Thursday, so stand by, and that feature is coming up shortly. In the meantime, get back to some more music. It is old school, you know how it go, right? All right, so before we ever go to issues affecting relationship, let me just throw something out there that I picked up on the Jamaica Observer, I think it is the Jamaica Gleaner, rather, coming out of Jamaica, and it says here that Manchester High School has revised its rules. Interesting. Manchester High School, I have a lot to say about this, and I'm going to talk about that later on. Manchester High School has revised its rules to allow for schoolgirls to wear hair extensions to classes, a rare concession in Jamaica's long-running culture clash over grooming. The compromise, which Manchester's Dean of Discipline, Sigrid Miller, said, and then I can't get any more into the article there, but Manchester High School, ladies and gentlemen, has changed the policy. Oh boy, I didn't even know that could happen in Jamaica, that is so rigid where the school uniform is concerned. They make it seem as if the picnic them have to wear certain things or else them not gonna learn. You know what I mean? Yeah, but guess what? They are proving the point that I've been trying to make, that some of these rules do not make sense. Right? I'm gonna talk about that later on, so stand by, because why I tell you, I've been talking about it all week. I've been talking about it all week ever since the opening of school, and I'm gonna draw for a conversation that I had with Lady D earlier on this week on Lady D's program. So stand by for that. We had a little bit of a debate, disagreement, me and my good friend Lady D. But this article here goes to show, it makes the point that I was trying to make, that hey, listen, I'm not advocating for anybody to break any rules, because if the rules are there, you should abide by the rules. But what I'm advocating for is for some of these darn arcane rules to change, abolish them, tweak them a little bit. They don't make any sense. Let's get with the times. That's what I have been advocating for, and I will continue to advocate for that. I was never trying to say that the rules of the schools must not be obeyed. What I've been trying to advocate for is for some of these rules that don't make no sense, for them to change. What do you see? Some of us have been so conditioned to believe that rules are rules and rules must be obeyed. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about why sometimes you have to be a little bit of a radical. Just like Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was a radical, and he pushed back on some of the rules. And that is why today some of us are enjoying some freedoms. So not every rule, ladies and gentlemen, we ought to just accept them because somebody say it is a rule. We have to work within the parameters, and if you are a part of a system, you have to obey the rules. But in the meantime, while obeying the rules, you still have to push back if you believe the rules are unjust. You still have to push back, and you still have to advocate for change. And so that these changes, that people have to change with the times, you know what I mean? We cannot be acting as if we are in the 1960s when we are in 2020. We're in 2020. We cannot act as if we are in the 60s same way. So some of these rules, they're not affecting anybody. Some of what the students are doing, they're not affecting anybody. They're not preventing the students from learning. They're not preventing the teachers from teaching. They're not doing anything to anybody. So why are we making them apart from the fact that we want to use them as a controlling mechanism? Yeah, that's it. But so a lot of us, we don't look beyond that. You know, a lot of us don't look beyond that. We just accept it because it's a rule, and we just tell ourselves that a rule is a rule, and we have to abide by the rule. And no go so. 8:43 and counting. I'm gonna go back to it because I'm passionate about that. I'm really, really passionate about it. And I was very, very encouraged and heartened when I saw the headline today that the Manchester High School is going to abolish some of the, even if it's just a little bit. It's a start. I will accept that. Some of these rules need to change. And I will accept that we have a very long way to go, but it is a step in the right direction.
You told friends that you have thought about it. La, 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 la. I can't explain the chemistry about the she's a part of me. I can't explain the chemistry, no. You walked out on me, you left me lonely, lonely. Now you keep begging to return. Yeah. Let me tell you straight, I am somebody who saved me when you left me here to burn. You told your friend you caught me cheating, and I still haven't figured why. Now what's the big deal in returning after you told such notorious lies? For 9 long years I've lived without you. Gone back 9 years later, why should I take you? How could you do me that? You shouldn't
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening once again. It's now 8:48, and it's now time for issues affecting relationship. You know, I'm always running behind time, so it's nothing strange. You know, sometimes I just get into the groove and I hear the music playing, and I just have to just load the music and let it play. You know? So 8:48. Now, for issues affecting relationship this evening, I have a story here for you, and I'd like to hear from you what you think about this. What's your opinion on this? Let me see if I can pull this up here. It says here a woman blames herself for wedding cancellation after taking a bride out to a bar the night before her wedding. Wow, this one here. Let me see if I can put this one up because I want to make sure so I can read this thing. Let me put this right in front of me here on this computer screen over here, so it's in front of me where I can read it. Let pull up this one here, Chris. What's going on here? Right there. It says woman blames herself for wedding cancellation after taking a bride out to a bar the night before the big day. And it's a little bit lengthy, I must say, but it's worth the listen. You know, if it's worth the read, ladies and gentlemen. So let me just get right into it. Substance abuse is a serious problem that can have a devastating impact on individuals, families, and communities. Despite the dangers, many people continue to abuse substances such as alcohol, tobacco, and drugs. There are a variety of reasons why people may turn to substance abuse, including boredom, peer pressure, proclivity to addiction, and as you're about to read, going to places like a bar. According to Sophie Lloyd of Newsweek, a woman maintains she was only attempting to be helpful when she accompanied her friend's fiancé to a bar on the eve of their wedding ceremony. Too bad nobody warned her about the bride-to-be's history of drug misuse, or that going to a bar was probably not the wisest option. The woman stated that she had met her friend's fiancé a few months earlier when the pair had relocated back to the neighborhood where they grew up, and slowly but surely they had become pals. Given that the bride-to-be had no close acquaintances in the area, the woman was asked to keep her company and crash at the couple's place the night before the big day. She said, feeling kind of sorry for her for not having had a bachelorette party or anyone around, I suggested that we go out to have a few drinks, celebrated her last few hours of singlehood. The woman explained, I ordered a beer and a tequila, each for the first round, thinking that we'd start with a shooter, have a few beers, and end off with a shooter, nothing wild. I didn't want to be the cause of a severely hungover bride. According to her account, though, the bride's disposition immediately changed after downing the first round of drinks. The woman said, I put it down to just pre-wedding excitement. No one told me that she was a recovering addict who hasn't had a drink in 4 years. No one. The bride reportedly began drinking like she was at a fraternity party, guzzling down brews and shots like there was no tomorrow, which led to a rapid deterioration of the situation. The woman said that she hesitated to intervene when the future bride grew aggressive because she feared for her safety and did not want to risk being hurt physically. After reportedly finding a new acquaintance in the restroom, the bride-to-be allegedly snorted a couple of lines of coke, and things proceeded to sour even more from there on. The woman said she was like a freight train with barely hanging on. with me barely hanging on rather. She phoned her husband to be and told him that the wedding was off, that she has changed her mind. In spite of everything, she was able to get the bride to be to her house in one piece and at about 4 in the morning. Her fiance was there to greet her, and they immediately got into an ugly argument. Sadly, in the heat of the moment, they decided to cancel the wedding. In the end, the woman blamed herself and felt terrible for taking her out to a bar. She stressed that she had no intention of putting the pair through this ordeal under any circumstances. Yeah, so that's it. What are your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen? Is the woman to blame for what happened? Is she to be blamed for what happened? The relationship broke up. They were about to get married, but things got really, really out of hand because I don't know. But if nobody never tell her, how should you know? Nobody never tell her that the woman a recovering alcoholic. So why oh why? I tell you. It is 8:54 and counting. It's a Chris Whilby show on Caribbean Vibes Radio Network, where information meets music. Yeah, so I'm gonna revisit at 9 o'clock. I'm gonna go revisit my little what I should say, my little hung up that I have about the Jamaican, some of the rules and regulations that we have in schools, and why some of them does not make sense and why I am totally against some of them. I'm gonna try to see if I can reason with some people, see if I can give you some logics, yeah? So later on in the show, coming up at 12, what was that? It's 8:55 at 9 o'clock. I'm gonna go back into my little rant.
But I know that you return.
But in the meantime, it's a cool ruler.
You can send me a postcard. Mail it on to do same yard. You know what loneliness brings, but I will guide you out and coming in. What more can I say? Yeah. Sad to know that you're leaving, even though it's kinda grieving. Sad to know that you're leaving.
Hey, what's up, my bunununus? Sister Jackie, am I bunununus that now? Hey, Sister Jackie, you know say I'm a bunununus, right? Ain't nobody gonna take that away from you. How you doing? How you doing, my friend? Just what I'm talking about, Grace. I tell you. Some of these rules, they make no sense apart from trying to just control people. That's it. End of story. But I'm gonna get into it. Just give me a few more minutes and let me just go back and explain something to some people. And explain something to you guys.
What more can I say?
Why it is that some of these rules are just that, rules. And some rules are made just to oppress and control. They serve no other purpose but to oppress and control. Some people just make up some rules. Oh, I'm going to tell them not to wear, as Grace says, I'm going to tell them not to wear a gold earring. I'm going to tell them not to wear an earring. And if they wear it, you see, watch me and them. You see what I'm saying? Wearing an earring has nothing to do with your education. It has nothing to do with preventing you from learning. Let me just make the music play a little bit more. I soon come.
What more can I say? Sad to know that you're leaving.
This is Simone Murray, the Let of Unite Jamaica people, and you are listening to The Chris Whilby Show on Caribbean Vibes Radio.
Smiles and the flash toys, it's all about chemistry. Other
All right, all right. It is now 3 minutes after the hour. So what I'm gonna do for you, I'm gonna pull up a clip of myself and Lady D having a discussion, and then I'm gonna take it from there. The conversation was in progress. So let me just play this conversation here, ladies and gentlemen, and then I'm gonna take it up after this.
That you will find students whose uniform for girls, their uniforms
ridiculous, do and go.
who is my
They will go. They will go through any procedure. But,
Let me see if I can. I'm trying to find I'm trying to start it at the beginning where
growth is not there, but it is
All right, let's go.
important to have your prostate checked every year. I don't remember the age at which one should start getting the prostate check, but it's very, very important. And women, please make sure you get your mammogram and your pap smear. It can save your life. Oftentimes, when women go to the doctor only to find out, the cancer has metastasized, it has gone way out of proportion, and there's nothing medically that can be done. But we have to be proactive and take care of ourselves. It's scary, yes. Nobody wants to go to the doctor. Nobody wants to hear the bad news. But I would prefer to go and get the bad news and then have the doctor discuss with me a plan of.
So that is my good friend Sister Pat talking about the prostate, which was a very, very good topic there too on the Lady D show. You guys should check it out. Check out the Lady D show. Yeah, man.
Encourage.
Inside the Zone with Lady D on Mondays. Trust me, very, very interesting.
You have raised
I used to be on there, but I can't be on there right now.
and we have men who are also listening. And so each one needs to tell one. We have to be our brother and sister keeper. We must look out for our brothers and sisters.
That's true,
So
Pat.
please, everyone, be proactive. Take care of yourself.
Yes, I agree with that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Blessings,
Wholeheartedly.
You're
Pat.
welcome, lady.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, you're welcome. Blessings too.
Who is my third caller? Good afternoon.
good afternoon, Lady D. How are you
Good, good, sir. Greetings to you, brother in the Lord.
doing? Yes, well, great topic you have going here. And I just want to chime in here for a little bit. I have 3 topics I would like to address. First of all, the one about men should address their health concerns. Now, I'm only going to say one thing on that topic. Men should stop being a wuss and go do what they have to do or what they need to do or what women have been doing for years. Because most of the time when it comes to health, women will do anything. They will go through any procedure in order to take care of themselves, most women. And then the men, they will have these hang-ups and these ridiculous nonsense because they don't want to go to the doctor. So I will just say, as a man, I'm saying to all the men, just man up and go take care of yourself. That's number one. Number two, I'd like to say condolences to the family of the children who have perished in the fire. It's a very, very horrible situation. But I also would like to address a couple of topics. I don't know if you addressed them because I turned on the radio a little bit after 6 o'clock. I started listening, so I don't know if you read any of them. It has to do with the back to school issue in Jamaica and the Holland, I think it's Holland High School in Trelawney, I think it is, where some students were barred from going to classes because of, according to the school,
Mm-hmm.
um, improper dress code.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while the school they they have their rules and their regulations, and I would encourage students overall to adhere to it as much as possible. I'm still wondering why it is that in 2022 we have some of these arcane rules and regulations that are preventing our students from getting an education. One, they, there were some girls who were stopped from going into class because they were wearing beads. It's as trivial as that. They were
Beads.
wearing beads in their head
Okay.
as a part of their hairstyle. It's a trivial matter. And I do agree that rules are supposed to be followed, but my issue is with the rules in the first place. Why are we in Jamaica still making these stupid, ridiculous rules that has nothing to do with education? In my opinion, it has to do with control of these children. They're telling the students you can't wear beads in your head, you can't wear dreadlocks, you can't wear your uniform at a certain length. You can't wear your pants if it's too tight. You can't wear your pants if it's too loose. You can. Some of these rules, Lady D, I believe, are ridiculous, and it's time our government start to clamp down on these principles and let them allow the students to go to class and learn.
So let me say this. We understand that rules are rules. Some rules might appear to be extreme. You mentioned about dress code. We are more than aware that you will find students whose uniform for girls, their uniform skirts are too short. So we get that. We know that sometimes the bead, if a school say don't wear no bead because it no go with the color of your dress, it no, I just think don't put any bead in the hair. It might be trivial to many, but if the school says no bead, it shouldn't be a difficult thing not to put bead in the hair, because what I believe is that even discipline begins in the home. So if the school lays down, Chris, the ruling that no bead should be worn, it should be my role as parent to ensure that my child does not wear any bead because she don't have to wear any bead in the hair. That's me. We know that give people a what they say, an inch, they take 1 yard. We don't know anything about boundaries. It's like it has to be hammered into us. So if the boy comes to school, if they say your uniform is to be at a particular length, the tailor should make the pants a certain way. It's called uniform. If I'm a flight attendant and it starts from we are young leading right into our adult years. I have worked in companies where I've had to wear uniform. There is no way I can ask a dressmaker before I worked in a company where they made the uniforms. The uniforms came to us, we fit them and gone away yard. I worked in companies where we could get the fabric. They gave the fabric to us with the style, and there is no way I could have come back with anything, any kind of variation. So that's also a discipline. We're not a disciplined set of people. We know that. And even if it appears to me as trivial, or to you, because to me it's not trivial, it is important, then we wouldn't be having this discussion. if people would just do what they are asked, because it is not affecting them learning. So now go to school with the bead, you're still gonna learn your ABCs and your 1, 2, 3s. That's my thing.
And the vice versa. And that's where I'm saying that I understand about rules, and that's why I'm saying that some of these rules, because they're so trivial, they should not be allowed. The school should not be allowed to make these rules because it has nothing to do with education. For example, the wearing of beads is a cultural thing in Jamaica. So you are telling what the school is essentially doing is taking away that culture from that individual person, because remember.
All right, let me just pause that right there. So that was a back and forth between myself and Lady D, ladies and gentlemen. So that's kind of the gist of the matter. Now, when I started earlier this evening, I mentioned a few things, and I said that I don't, because it's something that I thought about, and it's not something that I'm just thinking that I'm just speaking from off the top of my head. I think about when I used to go to school. I think about students who are going to school now, and I think about the entire picture of why these rules need to be scaled back. And first of all, let me reiterate that I am not for breaking rules. I am not encouraging anybody, any student, to break any school rule. If there are rules, you have to, even if you disagree with the rules, what you have to do is try to fight to have the rules changed. That's it. So what I am advocating for are for some of these rules to be changed, because they make no sense. And that is the point that I'm trying to get at. And I know I am in the minority where this is concerned, but that's okay. Sometimes I love being in the minority. You know what I mean? I don't always want to be in the majority, because people, when you are in the majority, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are correct, and it doesn't necessarily mean that your position is the correct one. I go back to some examples, and some people might say these are extreme examples, but I have to go back to these examples in order to bolster my argument. One, when I went back, when majority, because I have been in discussions with other people, and the thing that people keep saying, which even my good friend Lady D said, there are rules are rules. The guest, the other callers and participants of the show, they kept saying that rules are rules, right? No, we all know that rules are rules. I was in a discussion on Facebook. The article came out, I think it was Jamaica Star or one of them, and I made a comment, and up until today, people are still commenting about it. And this has been going on for what, probably 5 days now, and people are still commenting, because it is a debate that people are having. And while the majority of people are saying rules are rules and must be followed, we still have people who are saying, hey, hold on, take a break, man. It's not because it's rules that it must be followed. No go so. Because if that is the case, we would still be in slavery. If that is the case, we would still not be drinking from the water fountain of the white people. If that is the case, South Africa would still be under apartheid rule. Do I hate when I hear people say rules are rules and must be followed? You cannot just have rules and rules, because there are some rules that are put in place without any reason at all, apart from the fact that people want to use it to control other people. And if you look at the fact that what's the school name in Manchester, I think it's Manchester High School, has now decided that they are going to change some of these rules. So in the first place, what it is showing is that these rules never make sense in the first place. These rules weren't affecting anybody. These rules weren't hurting anybody. For example, when I talk about the plaiting the beads in the ear of the students, no, it is a cultural thing for black people to wear beads in their heads. It is widely accepted. It's a cultural thing. Now, when you say to a black girl in Jamaica that, hey, I don't want no beads in your head, don't wear no bead come to my school, you are literally taking away a part of her culture. Because in order for you to wear braids, you have to it takes time to wear the braid and put in the braid and whatever. Now, to go to school is majority of your school, of the year you have to go to school. So basically you're saying, if you're telling them not to wear braids, they can only wear braids at summertime or during holiday break. As long as it's school period, they can't wear braids because it's going to take so long to put the braids in and take it out. I find that to be very, very ridiculous, nonsensical, and offensive, my point of view, right? Because it serves no purpose. These students wearing these braids are not preventing them from learning. It's not preventing the students. They're not disrupting the class. It's not preventing the student beside them from learning. It's not preventing the teacher from learning. So why do we have it in the first place? No, I will go back and say, if it's the rule, I expect the students to obey. But I am going beyond just the rule, just the obey. Oh, it is the rule, so obey. I am way past that. I am now back to the square one. Why did somebody out of the blues just decided that, hey, I am going to tell them not to wear any braid to school? It's not that they're saying you have to wear the color braid to match the color uniform. They're telling them point blank, don't wear no braid to school. No beads rather to school. You know what I mean? I see even teachers, because there are no uniformity where these rules are concerned in Jamaica. So these people, these principals, they are just able to just come up with some rules out of the blues, no regulation, and that's it. It's my rule, it's my school, you have to obey. That's it. Ministry of Education can't tell them that it's my rule, my school, you have to obey. And they just come up with these rules. I know I hear people with the argument that you have to learn to obey these rules in school so that you learn to obey when you leave school. I'm not going to say it's nonsense, but I have been trying to look back over my life and look back in my school days and think about what the teachers, what rules they taught me in school, that it's because of the rules that were taught why I am the person I am today. And I can't find any. I can't find any rule that because I obeyed those rules in school, I am the person that I am today. Not one. And I'm not exaggerating. I sat back and I said to you, I'm telling you this, that I am not just talking about it. I thought about it. It's something that I look back into and think of because I am very passionate about it. So I thought about it. And there's nothing in my schooling, apart from the education I got. No dress code, no nothing. That has nothing to do with me today. That has nothing to do with my demeanor. It has nothing to do with how I carry myself. It has nothing to do with the discipline that I'm able to. Nothing. You know what has impacted me? The home that I'm coming from. My mother is the person that made me into the person I am today. The discipline that she instilled in me That's it. So I say to people who are giving schools too much credit, as if, boy, you have to learn, follow them rules here, because if you don't follow the rules of the school, you're not going to follow the rules out in your life. No go so. And I've done the interview. I've asked quite a few people. The same question. The rules, were the rules in school make, and most of them sit back and think about it, and they say, no, it's really my household, my upbringing from my parents. And if you think about it, if you are a Rastafarian, more than likely, if your parents are Rastafarians, more than likely you're going to become a Rastafarian. If your parents were hooligans, cuss bad words, smoke, drink, party, more than likely you're going to do the same thing, because children live what they learn. If your parents were God-fearing, go to church every Sunday, whatever your parents used to go to church on a Saturday, more than likely you're going to become a Seventh-day Adventist. If your parents were not smokers, if your parents were smokers, you know what I mean? And if you look back over your life, majority of us, we emulate our parents and we follow in their footsteps. The schools that we go, it shaped us educationally. But most of us, we don't have no role model as no teacher where we say, are the teacher them because of the teacher them. That's my opinion anyway. You know what I mean? And when I look back and I say, when I hear people talk about rules are rules, I go back to the water fountain. We had rules back in the 60s in the United States of America that white people, black people should not drink from the same water fountain as white people. Those were rules. And some people would say rules are rules and they're supposed to be followed. But you had people who push back. Rosa Parks pushed back against the rules. And she went to the front of the bus because they had the rule that she should sit at the back of the bus. Those rules were meant to dehumanize, control, keep people in their places. Those rules, a lot of these rules that these people make, these principals make, I see them turning out people out of school, boys, because they claim that the hair is too high. Hairstyle, this is something that I've seen in Jamaica. Why are we doing that? This, I do not believe that we need to have these rules that's turning away students from class because the principal says so. That's my opinion on the whole thing. And I know that I'm not going to get a lot of people to change their minds on it and whatever. But I wish for the day when they will, at a matter of fact, I want to see more of what Manchester High School has done. Take away some of these arcane rules. Start to change it. Because at the end of the day, what matters is that these students go to school and they get an education. I saw Grace say it. That time they took away her what? Her earring when she was going to school. You know what I mean? We need to get past those things. It's been happening for a very, very long time in schools where principals and teachers just get up out of the blues and just make some rules. And because I understand where it is coming from, where people who agree with the rules, I understand where it's coming from, you know. Because we are disciplined and we believe in following rules. We believe that, hey, listen, if these rules are made, you must follow it. I believe we're a disciplined set of people. The people who are holding on to that, I know where you're coming from. You believe in order. You believe in the law. You believe that once these things are there, you should. But what I want us to do is not just to look and say, oh, it's rules. Rules are rules and they must be followed. I want people to look beyond that. And I want people to say, but maybe some of them rules don't make sense. Maybe some of the rules them where they cut because they're talking about the pants them too tight. And some of the pants that they're saying too tight is just a straight fitting pants. It's not necessarily a tight pants, but even if it's a tight pants, it's a khaki. So, yeah, I mean, I don't say, I used to go to school, you know, and I used to see some principals beat Pitney for something way was ridiculous, you know. Was ridiculous. The same uniform thing. It's a long time they're doing it. If you put no, we used to have I remember we used to have khaki shirt and whatever. In the days of Michael Jackson, you know, boys will be boys, and boys are trying to emulate what they see going on, and sometimes the boy them deliberately make them pants a little bit shorter than usual because they want them white socks for sure. Because Michael Jackson was wearing ballet and socks and whatever, you know, and white socks and ballet. So a lot of the boys used to wear white socks and ballet, and they want the white socks to show, so they make the pants a little bit shorter. And a whole heap of them used to get in trouble just for that, you know. And I know people will say, yeah, but him should make it. Is it preventing him from learning? Why do we major in the minor? And that is why you see the Caribbean and countries like Jamaica, we will be stuck in the rut that we are in. And it has nothing to do with indiscipline. Of course, I know that we're a very indisciplined set of people. But the things that we worry about, and the things that we stress about, and the things that we major in, we should just brush it off, man. And, you know, yeah, you can talk to them, yes. Tell them, say, yo, man, try to fix up your pants or fix up your... But why you go send them out of class and let them miss an education? First day of school, and children are missing education because teachers believe that them not in the correct attire. It's time we move past those things, and we need to change our mentality, change the way of thinking, and we need to figure out a way to change those rules. And that is my opinion for this segment. It is 9:30. Right? So, yeah, I know I have a lot of people who disagree with me, but that's all right. You know, we will agree to disagree. And my good friend Lady D, we're not on the same page where this is concerned, because, you know, Lady D believe that once the school say don't do it, you're not supposed to do it. And I also believe that too. You know, I don't disagree. But what I'm saying is that the school need not to say some of the things them what them I say. That is my opinion on that. All right. All right. So let's get back to some more music, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Chris Whilby show. Yeah, we're gonna be some oldies this evening, as usual. Yeah? You know we love the oldies, huh? Giving out some Jamaican ska. Jamaican ska. Everybody, come do this guy. Hey, remember, I told you that maybe later on in the show we're gonna give you some. I told you that maybe we're gonna give you some. Did I say we're gonna give you some calypso? Oh boy, it's a long time I don't play no calypso on this station here. It's a long time I don't play no calypso on that station. I drop some calypso tonight, yeah, man. I'm gonna drop some calypso tonight, yeah. Oh boy. So, ladies and gentlemen, we know that the Bible says that one should not get married before, should not indulge in intercourse before you are married. But I have a real question. I have a question for everybody. Anybody really believe that people are still? It's a serious question. That people are really getting married before they taste the cookie. You think anybody are really getting married before they actually do the deed? Even if you are an ardent Christian. Yeah? I believe people are really, I don't know, it's a question I'm asking, you know. Because I see an article here in the Star. Tell me, Pastor. It says, the article says I'm 25 and I have been married for 1 year. My then fiance did not believe in premarital sex, so we did not sleep together. Interesting. We played around, she said, but we did not do the actual thing. After we got married and I showed him what I wanted in marriage, he called me a bad girl. I did not consider myself bad, but I had other lovers in the past. So the topic is that my husband is boring. Anytime I try to be assertive, my husband says that he does not believe a woman should be the aggressor. Oh boy, oh boy. I was not trying to be aggressive, but I knew what I wanted. There are many times when I take the initiative. I am assertive, but this Christian man of mine behaves as if I am a whore. He actually said it, so I agreed and said I was only a whore for him. I don't want to have sex one way, but he thinks that Christians should only have sex in certain ways. My husband has an average size penis. I sometimes wonder if he thinks that I will cheat. That thought has not crossed my mind, but he continues to call me names that I do not like. Do you think it is right for a man to call his wife a whore? When we met, I did not deny that I had a few boyfriends, But I told him that those things were behind me. Sometimes I have to pull this man's shorts off and tell him I need him. That is one of the reasons why I think he feels that I am behaving like a whore. Is it wrong for a woman to be assertive when she feels that she wants a man? Is being assertive a challenge to my husband? I don't want to discuss these things with anybody in his church because they will tell him what I said. We do not have children. I used to enjoy sex before I got married. I thought I would enjoy it more with my husband, but I'm disappointed. I'm not saying that I'm going to cheat, but I see why some women do. What do you think that I should do with this man? I hear some men say that they thief a piece, meaning they have sex with their women while they are asleep. I've tried that with my husband. He's flat on his back, but his private part was never strong enough for me to romance him. I am worried. I don't want my marriage to break up over sex, but I am not happy. Please give me your advice. Lord have mercy. Maybe that's why people, you know what, Chris, don't say nothing. No? Don't say anything. Let it be, let it be, let it be. Let it be, Chris, let it be. 9:39. Tiny whiny. Tiny. Tiny. I don't know what's going on. Tiny one whining. Lord have mercy. Oh, sir. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's, you know, these are the things these are the challenges that face people when you're married out of, before you actually taste the cookie, you know what I mean? Before you actually, do the deed, because you don't know if you are compatible with the person that you're marrying. And I know some people will even go down and say, boy, say, you have to ask God for change him, if you are, maybe it's not the right husband you get and all of them something, but I don't know. I don't know if it's about that, because obviously them never did go on with anything and know. Why is she missing out? Because according to her, he's boring. Him not going with no something. And she want going with more than something. Grace. Grace, what's it, Grace? She knows. What she know? What is it that you know? What is it that you know, Grace? I don't. What are you talking about? What you know? What you know? Grace says she know. What you know? Grace says she know. Oh Lord, have mercy! It's 9:44, ladies and gentlemen. Sister Jackie, what a god. I will giving you some calypso. Giving you some calypso this evening. Having some fun, you know. Soca. Give me soca. I want my soca. Miss Tiny Whiny. Maybe you need to just wind down and touch your toe, eh? somebody need to wind down and touch their toe. Why this lady, she too hot for that demand, me I tell you. Too hot for that demand. She wind down and touch her toe and the man do not. The man lie down and watch her. Oh Lord have mercy. 9:45. It's a Chris Whilby show on a Thursday. Caribbean Vibes Radio Network. Covering the globe like no one else can. www.caribbeanvibesradio.com. That's Caribbean with a K, of course. Don't forget to download the radio app and take us with you wherever you go 24 hours per day. Go to Google Play Store and download the app. Alright, so listen this, ladies and gentlemen. Listen this, guys. There was a mix-up, you know. There was a mix-up at times, you know. So, because I have to find a mix-up article them sometimes, you know. Because why I don't know. Sometimes you just have to just laugh, you know, give your face a rest. This one here, Lord have mercy. This one here says, mom gives birth to twins with different dads because she had sex with two men on the same day. God have mercy. Why sometimes we see something in our life here, but where did something come from, eh? It's where these things over. It says here that I'm also out of UK this come from. Let me see. Because most of the time when you see these things, you know, it's out of the United Kingdom. Mom gives birth to twins with different dads after sex with men on the same day. This new mom had a 1 in a million conception. Her babies may be twins, but they have different bio dads. A 19-year-old Brazilian, it's Brazil this time around, not UK. A 19-year-old Brazilian woman gave birth to twins 9 months after having sex with two men on the same day. As their first birthdays loomed, she began having doubts over who their father was. So she decided to take a paternity test to confirm her suspicions, local news outlets said. The anonymous woman originally suspected only one of the two men to be the father of the twins, so she collected his DNA, but it only turned up positive for one child. I remembered that I had sex with another man. And she never remember. Oh Lord have mercy. Look at she does have sex with him and just forget about it just like that. I remember that I had sex with another man and called him to take the test, which was positive. The new mom, who asked not to be identified, told the outlet. I suspect she wouldn't want to be identified. Not surprised. I was surprised by the results. I didn't know this could happen. They are very similar. While this phenomenon is jaw-dropping, it's certainly not impossible. It is impossible to happen when two eggs from the same mother are fertilized by different men. Dr. Julio Jorge Franco, the woman's attending physician, told local news. The babies share the mother's genetic material, but they grow in different placentas. Well, that's some use you can't use. You have nothing to do with that. I don't know what to do with that news there. But I'll just share it with you. What do you want to do with it? It is 9:50 and counting. We're just having some fun. Just having some fun, right? So pump me up with the music and let's have some fun. It's 8 minutes going up to the top of the hour. Why time fly? Time sure fly when you're having fun, you know. Time sure fly when you're having fun. Why? I feel like the show just that. I feel like I could just hang out here and just play the music. Play the music, jump like Lego bees, sip some water, love some data, and just play the music sweet. Once again, I want to say thank you all for keeping me company on the Chris Whilby Show. It is a Thursday. This is what we do on a Thursday. Play some music. You don't know what you're gonna get. You can get gospel. You can get soca. You can get reggae. You can get soul. It can sometimes be some oldies from way back when, you know, we take a little bit of walk down memory lane. But most of all, you know you're gonna get some entertainment, right? That's the most important thing on a Thursday. The beginning of the end of the week, don't you? Yeah, when you reach Thursday, you reach that part of the week where you just want to, you know, like you're going up a hill, and you just want to just reach the top of it. You also want to get all of your little bit of strength, just right there. Yeah, that's how Thursday feel, you know. You want to make it to Friday. You just feel like you're laboring and but you look around and you say, yes, I'm almost there. Almost there. I'm almost there. Tomorrow is Friday. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. I wonder why some people thank God because I'm going to get paid. So like me not getting no pay, I'm not supposed to thank God. I'm supposed to thank God? Of course. Then he not going to wake me up, so I have to thank him. Oh, yeah, so as long as I have life, I have to thank him. And all of me not get up here. Not true? Thank you, Sister Grace. Thank you for keeping me. Everybody run girl with me. And Grace, I hang out with me, not you? Gracie, how are you doing, baby girl? You know I'm addicted. Oh boy. So maybe I'm going back to this lady, you know, guys. This lady was addicted, you know, and she wants some pumping up, and this guy just wouldn't, you know. This guy just, oh boy, behave yourself, Chris. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to pack up my little bundle to get out of here. And it's a very small bungalow, so yeah, it won't take long. It's a very small bungalow I have to pack up. But I have to tell you, thanks. Thank you very much. Thank you for keeping me company. It was fun. It was my pleasure. I'll be back here on Sunday evening at 6 o'clock. And you know that's gonna be divine praise, yeah? So make sure that you check it out. In the meantime, check out the radio. 24 hours per day, 365 days per week. I'm gonna start a podcast. I'm gonna start a podcast, and I'm gonna upload it to the I'm gonna upload it to the website. So been thinking about it for a while, you know. I'm gonna start a podcast and to share it with my listeners on the website. So you're gonna have to go to the website to check it out, don't you? 3 minutes to the top of the hour. Thank you once again. Always remember that you are like champagne. Do not let anybody treat you like beer, alright? Have yourselves a pleasant night. As we keep you rocking all night. Caribbean Vibes Radio Network, covering the globe like no one else can. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Have a fantastic night and a very, very great weekend. I'll see you when I see you. What good. Blessings.
Drink your drink,
Can they be that close? Just let me state for the record, we're giving love in a family dose. We are family. Hey, I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Sing it to me. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Living life is fun, and we just begun to get our share of this world's delight. High hopes we have for the future, and our goals in sight. We know we don't get depressed. Here's what we call our golden rule: have faith in you and the things you do. You won't go wrong. Oh no, this is our family jewel. We are family. Sing it to me. I got all my sisters with me. Sing it to me. We are family. I can hear you, y'all. Get up, everybody, and sing. We have faith in you and the things you do. Hey, hey, I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, y'all. Get up, everybody, and sing. Hey, hey, we are family. I got my sisters with me. I got all my sisters with me. Sitting here eating my heart out, waiting for some lover to come. Dialed about 1,000 numbers lately, almost rang the phone off the wall. Looking for some hot stuff, baby, this evening. I need some hot stuff, baby, tonight. I want some hot stuff, baby, this evening. Gotta have some hot stuff, gotta have some love tonight. I need hot stuff. I want some hot stuff. I need hot Looking for a lover who needs another. Don't want another night on my own. Wanna share my love with a woman lover. Wanna bring a wild man back home. Gotta have some hot love, baby, this evening. I need some hot stuff, baby, tonight. I want some hot stuff, baby, this evening. Gotta have some loving, got to have love tonight. I need hot stuff, hot love. Looking for hot
These beats are hot. In the mix with the baddest DJ.
And they told the world just how you felt. It must have fallen out of a hole in your rubber overcoat. They never said your name
held us down. But now it looks like things are finally coming around. I know we've got a long, long way to go, and where we'll end up, I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're putting our show together, we're polishing up our act. And if you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, don't you let nothing, nothing.
These beats are hot, 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 hot. In the mix with a badass DJ. Station with the best music, best music.
I love the music.
Best music.
I know, ain't no stopping us now. We've got the groove, we got it. I know you know someone that has a negative vibe, and if you're trying to make it, they only push you aside. They really don't have nowhere to go. Ask them where they're going, they don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're gonna put our show together, gonna polish up our act. Well, and if you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down
These
anymore.
beats are hot, 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 hot. In the mix with a badass DJ. station with the best music.
Oh yes, it's ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Oh yes, it's ladies' night. Oh what a night. Oh what a night. Oh yes, it's ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Oh yes. Pull up, yo, pull up, pull up, pull up. Let's go, let's go.
The station with the best music.
Oh yeah, oh what a night. Oh yes, it's ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Oh yes, it's ladies' night. Oh what a night. Oh what a night. Oh yes, it's ladies'
This is Simone Murray, direct of Unite Jamaica People, and you are listening to The Chris Whilby Show.
a night that's special everywhere. From New York to Hollywood, it's ladies' night, and girl, the feeling's good. Oh yes, it's ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Oh yes, it's ladies' night. Oh what a night. Oh what a night. Oh yes, it's ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Oh yes, it's ladies' night. Oh what a night. Romantic lady, single baby, sophisticated mama. Come on, you disco lady, yeah, stay with me tonight, mama. Yeah. If you hear any noise, it ain't the boys, it's ladies' night. Uh-huh. Gonna step out ladies' night, stepping out ladies' night. Gonna step out ladies' night, stepping out ladies' night. Oh yes, it's ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Oh yes, it's ladies' night. Oh what a night. Oh what a night. Oh yes, it's ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Oh yes, it's ladies' night. Oh what a night. On disco lights, your name.
This is Simone Murray, direct of Unite Jamaica People, and you are listening to The Chris Whilby Show on Caribbean Vibes Radio.
Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Celebration. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright, baby. We're gonna have a good time tonight.
boy, oh boy, I tell you. Don't you stop the music. Don't you stop the music. When the music's sweet, it's sweet. I tell ya. To stop the music, it's Chris Whilby on the radio.
Don't you feel like dancing and prancing? Don't stop the music.
21 minutes after 10 o'clock.
Don't you stop it. Don't you stop the music. You don't really want to stop. No!
Keeping the vibes going just a little bit longer. We're still live on the radio. CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. Come on, people. It's a Thursday. Let's rock. The weekend is right there. The weekend is up on us. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with your weekend, huh? What are you gonna be doing with your weekend? Are you gonna go out partying? I tell you. I tell you, these are some of my favorite songs, you know. Jam. Is it after hours jam, you know? After the party jam. Who's still hanging out? Hey, Sister Grace, you still hanging out? Is it after the party jam, you know? After the party is always the sweetest, you know? You know, when most people gone, only a few people hanging around. And then some naughty things start going on, yeah? The after party is always the best, yeah? When you turn the lights down low, and then you go down low. How low can you go? And then you bend down low. And then you go down low. How low can you go?
It's still so new. I need you so much to make you mine forever.
Oh boy. It's the after party jam.
Cause you show me what unselfish love is all about. Without it, it's all a love thing. Yeah. I feel that pounding in my heart when you call my name. It's all a love thing.
You can tell that I'm in a good mood tonight, right? You can tell that I'm in a great mood, eh? I tell you, it's a love thing. It's a love thing.
It becomes so clear. It's a love thing.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Love thing. Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna log off of YouTube right now. If you want to listen, if you want to continue to listen to the program or the radio, you're gonna have to switch over. Have to switch over to CaribbeanVibesRadio.com or what's that? Switch over to the radio app. Because I'm gonna be live on the radio. That's a little bit longer. I'm gonna go up for another half an hour up to 11 o'clock. For those of you who want to tune in on the radio, be my guest. It's a love thing. Caribbean Vibes Radio Network. www.caribbeanvibesradio.com, covering the globe. Covering the globe like no one else can. This will be the Vibes Master on the radio. It's a love thing. And the beat goes on.
It's a love thing. It's a love thing. Love thing. It's a 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 love thing.
And I want to tell you that she works very, very hard for the money. So you better treat her right. You've got to treat her right, yeah? Because she's working hard, very hard for the money. 28 minutes after 10 o'clock on a Thursday. Chris Whilby Show on Caribbean Vibes Radio. Keep it locked, don't